And it is just I don't know what it is. Whenever I start my live streams with you guys, instantly, it's a freaking straight up hurricane outside every time. Woo. Are you ready? All right. Let's go back to action here. If you're wondering, my hair was getting a little crazy today, so I put a hat on. Well, now that we have that out of the way, oh man, I'm actually feeling kind of good because we dug ourselves out of a pretty big hole today. But I'm feeling kind of bad because today could have been a huge, I'm not even kidding, could have been a ridiculously big green day. And I was going back through my, my trade, I don't know, my watch list for the day that I post with you guys. And right here, my third line on IMRN says, buy near $10 and then lots of selling pre-market. What happens? Hits $10, market opens, and then rips 90%. So the most obvious clean move on the biggest lead gapper on the day, I call the move out. Guess who doesn't trade it? I don't trade it. Guess what I do? I trade DPW like a freaking cowboy, and I'll go into a huge hole, probably the biggest hole in the market open since weeks, maybe even more. So really, a really Monday kind of day, but oh well. There's a few stocks I want to talk about. Obviously, IMRN, DPW, IBIO. Are we going to hold any of these overnight? Are we going to be trading any of them after trading any of them after afternoon or something like that? Maybe. So we'll talk about obviously some possible trade opportunities for this afternoon. We'll also talk about and review all the trades that I made today. Yeah, guys. I think just, if there's one thing to constantly think about in this video is really, do you have rules? Do you stick to your rules? Why do you have rules? And then, are you able to stick to these rules? And today, I'm getting better at this. I get better at sticking to my rules. But today, twice, I made grave mistakes that made today a red day. So I think we all have kind of days where, we're not trading 100%. Today was one of them for me. But are you conscious about why you have rules, and can you act upon your own rules? I would love to hear you guys in the comments below. What do you guys think about that? And let me know what tickers you guys are going to be looking at for this afternoon. Let's go to the charts now, guys. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. If you're totally new here, remember we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to review the watch list, trade the market open. I'd love to see you there. Join the community. Hit the subscribe button. Off to the charts now. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Looking at my my watch list kind of notepad here, I literally wrote on IMRN, buy near $10, lots of selling pressure pre-market. So if we just go to the chart right here, what happened? The price hit 1018 and then went up 90%. So this is why you stick to your rules. If it's sticking to your ideal entries, sticking to your price targets, sticking to your stop loss, sticking to whatever, because what's the point of making rules, studying charts, yada yada, if you don't execute on basically your rules? So yeah, IMRN, this was our lead gapper on the day. 4 million float, Australian biotech with FDA guidance, oral therapeutic, phase 2 study on E. coli, looking good. Up 90% pre-market, and everything pre-market was actually looking pretty solid. So let's go here. We were holding our highs pretty decently, right around $12. I actually bought right here on $12 pre-market 100 shares, smaller position, but then sold on the bounce here. I was automatically up $75 on a small position. I was like, okay, perfect. This is looking good. Monday, I like it. Not too bad. Boom, next trade, give back all of my profit and then some. I'm down on IMRN like $15 or so from this trade. It was a smaller position size because it was a sketchier trade for me based on, the way I trade this pattern. But basically, we had big volume here, broke back above VWAP. It was looking good. I was looking for a continuation, probably to take profits by like $14 or so, maybe even before then, like $13.70 or so. I don't know. I wanted to be quick with this one. We didn't get it, and I didn't sell right here. I didn't sell in this first pullback. I was all of a sudden down like 5%. I don't know why I held a little bit longer. And then I set a stop at 1207, and then I got stopped out there at 1207. I was like the perfect low on this candle. It bounced back up again like 2-3%, and then it dipped and kept on selling off. So it was good to have a stop, but I should have, you know, my thesis was pullback continuation, bull flag. Didn't work. Why did I not exit this one quick enough? I should have known at this point that I was trading, my head wasn't right on, turned right, spun right on, I don't know, whatever. Either way, I knew I was being sloppy at this area, so I should have been a little bit more cautious. But I also knew, if you go here to the chart, the daily chart, you see, or the hourly chart, $10, big support zone in the past, and we had a big breakout, we had a pullback, we had a breakout and a pullback, we had a retest, we had a breakout, pullback. $10 is a key zone. It's also just a nice sounding number, 10, right? Like, it's like Tesla. Is it above 1,000 or is it below 1,000? Is the stock over $1 or under $1? You know, it's like, it's a clear number. And guess what? We pulled back to $10, and then we had our big old rip to the upside. And I did not enter this one. And the big reason I did not enter this one is because I was too focused trading DPW, and that's where I lost all my money today. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about DPW. On this move to the upside, I wasn't really convinced. I probably should have bought this VWAP breakout and then 9-minute pullback. But you know, you saw what happened IMRN right here. I also bought the VWAP breakout and the pullback to the 9-minute EMA. So it was the same setup. This time it worked. Yeah, and then I missed this giant move to the upside. I don't know. I couldn't really get myself to enter this trade at that current point in time. So it's a little bit unfortunate how this one played out. IMRN, I didn't really trade the rest of the day, and I'm still kind of just looking at it. You know, is this one going to break back above VWAP? It is going to be an afternoon trade. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm looking for. It could be if we break above VWAP, so that, you know, we'll see. With IBIO, I saw Satoshi just said right at the end, IBIO, guys, this is the mover today. So is Satoshi going to be right? Is this one going to explode in the evening? I don't know. I really don't. The reason I'm a little bit cautious is because we've had a huge run on IBIO. And, you know, today could be a big blow off top. It could also be, there could be warrants coming out, or news of warrants, new shares being issued into the market, basically direct public offering. I don't know. I have a really hard time jumping on a stock when it's run up this much. Some news about it. False news and other corona vaccine candidates. Yeah, I mean, it's been a hot ticker with the coronavirus news, this biotech. So let's see, is it a biotech actually? IBIO. Let me quickly check that. I forgot. We've been trading IBIO so much in the past, but I sometimes forget these like very obvious things. Yeah, it's a US biotech with a float of 101 million. So big float there. I'm actually surprised it's had such a big move. How far can this thing go? Well, if you go back here to max on the weekly, you can see we've been in these zones before, and it doesn't look like I see any reverse splits. We had this really big high here at $6, and right now we're at, you know, all-time high territory. So who knows? Who knows what the max kind of blow off top is going to be on this one? Right now, you know, $7 is a key area to break, and then 8, and then 9, and then 10 is kind of the whole simple whole dollar way to look at it. And always checking out, you know, what is that former pre-market or former high? Looks like the high right now is 723. So we want to kind of go ahead and identify that area. And then if we break that area, it might be something to keep looking at if you want to, you know, break out, trade it. Or if you maybe want to reduce some risk, buy it on a, you know, bigger pullback to 6. But again, you know, is it going to pull back to 6? I'm not sure. I don't know. With IBIO, I've been really cautious all day and I have not traded it at all today. So as we were pulling right here, this actually would have been a good trade. We had a nice little breakout here, consolidated, breakout again, consolidated, and then we had a nice little big 12% move to the upside. And this is actually very similar to the ticker I traded right near the end, JE. Very similar move as well, even though I didn't really want to be trading sub-dollar stocks. So let me quickly go here. So sometimes I kind of bend my rules a little bit if it's a good opportunity, and JE was one of those opportunities. The thing I did though is I recognized this is kind of not really my ideal setup or my ideal ticker or yada yada. So I'm just going to use small position size. I only traded 1,000 shares on this one. So this was like a $750 position size, give or take. But this one, just like IBIO, above VWAP, trending higher, had a nice breakout, bought the pullback, and then I was looking for the break of 0.8. We got the break of 0.8, but I actually sold when that break did not feel that strong. So I definitely left a little bit of profits on the table, which, like I say, it's kind of always the case, and you're not really looking for those perfect exits or perfect exits. But, when they happen, it's nice. I definitely lost or left like 3 or 4% on the table on that one. Whatever, it was small position size. Would have been kind of nice, though. Would have been nice to at least, trade this with 2,000 shares, I think, because that still would have been a small position size, but at least we could have squeezed out a little bit more money on it. So yeah, today could have been an easy green day if I just stuck to my rules. And let's talk about DPW, because this was the real mean stock that really just made me lose all my money today. Although it has nothing to do with the stock being mean, it was just sloppy on my end. I traded this like a complete buffoon. Is that a word? Is that something you can say about yourself? I don't know. So DPW, our second lead gapper on the day, 5 million float, U.S. electric and equipment company, electric vehicle charger line, a new EV charger line, macro trend. EVs are hot right now, electric vehicles. I mean, look at Tesla, look at all these other Blink companies, or so many other ones. Very strong pre-market, but they have these kind of offerings all the time. So you want to watch out with a company like this. Look, warrants, exercise price. If you go through their SEC filings, you'll probably find a bunch of S3s and S4s. So you want to watch out with these companies that can easily dump. And that's basically what happened with DPW. And I knew that was going to happen. I don't even know why I was so aggressive on this one. So let's, pre-market, I did a little bit of a fumble here. This was a partial fill. So not even really anything worth talking about. And then here, I had a nice little breakout trade, but I did not feel comfortable about this breakout trade for 1 second, so I closed out very quickly. So I was up like, I don't know, 15 bucks or so. In this area after 7 o'clock, so we opened up and this thing shot and flew through the roof. We had a nice 50% move. I wanted to buy this break of VWAP actually and buy at 380. So somewhere like in this zone right here. We didn't get that pullback, and then I missed this whole entire move to the upside. And I was like, DPW, I keep missing. I'm wrong. I need to be a little bit more conscious when I'm clearly out of sync with this stock. And I think DPW, I was 100% out of sync. We have, nice stair stepper here. Both of them I miss. So it's like, okay, well, this thing's clearly a bit more aggressive than I'm ready for. I'm too conservative on the dip buys, and I'm not buying the breakouts. So I should have kind of known that I should be really, really careful with this one, which I feel like I did. And here goes. The market opens up, and let's talk about what happens here, because this was a little bit of a nutty situation. We had really, really quick a pullback under VWAP, and I was like, boom, that's the one I want, and I bought this. And I had a perfect entry here, just about, and we pulled right back to $5. I was up 30 cents a share, and I was like, okay, boom, perfect, that's what I wanted. I'm going to take my profits. Actually, I wanted the break of $5, but when I saw the break of $5 wasn't working, I tried to close the position. I couldn't close it in time, and it dropped so fast. So I was all of a sudden, it was a 12% dip, and I was down about 6% on this one because my entry was really, really nice. That's why I wasn't really freaking out. But eventually, when it pulled back again, I was like, I think I have to cut my losses on this one. So I cut my losses at 475. What I should have done is average down. There's a few times I average down. I don't always average down, but this is one time because I would actually be buying right now. What I really wanted to do was actually buy this possible red to green move at 4.5. So this is so frustrating. So I go ahead and make a new order right here at 441. I miss it. I move it up to 445. I miss it. I move it up to 459 because we're breaking higher. I finally get executed, but then it doesn't break 459 and it sells off again. And so boom, I close at 432 and I'm like, no, you got to be kidding me. Like, I sold at the perfect low here. I was trading this just so wrong today. that it's just beyond stressful. And in these two trades, I went up from like, I don't know, 15 bucks or so to down 160. And I was like, oh, yo, yo. The only thing I did good is that I didn't get crazy aggressive with my size. I didn't go to $2,000 or $3,000 on the first trade of the market open. I always try to avoid going full size right out of the gates because I don't want to dig myself a huge hole. I dug myself a pretty big hole, but imagine I was down $300 or so. That would have been annoying. Which would have been the case. So yeah, this one tries to break the 9-minute EMA, fails, keeps pulling back here. I actually eventually bought the $4 multi-month support and resistance zone. I like $4. It's a nice clean number. And then I sold too soon though. I got shaken out, but I was able to go from like 160 negative to like $100 positive. So that was kind of nice. Or $100 just negative. So removed like a third of my losses. Yeah, eventually I actually bought the breakout here on this one, which is just an absurdly aggressive move. I bought the breakout here at 52. We ran all the way to 47, and I got a nice decent chunk of that. So this was a pretty okay breakout trade. I'm happy. And then all of a sudden I was, I went from negative 100 to now negative 50. And that's basically where we left it on the day. There were several times I wanted to trade this, but I knew, oh wait, I had this huge fumble moment over here. But this was pretty much break even. I wanted this bounce here off of 440, but never really ended up working. And then I think, did I trade this one more time? No, okay, maybe not. I forgot about these little fizzle trades. I did actually try to trade this one more time right here in this area as we were breaking back above 4, but I missed it, missed my entry, and then I just went ahead and removed that entry. I didn't really want to be, playing with fire again. I was just like, okay, I'm done with this one. So will I be trading DPW or anything else the rest of the day? I probably won't be trading DPW. I don't really trust this one. I mean, look at the past. This thing has just sold off so aggressively in the past. A lot of offerings and just stuff that you don't like seeing on a stock. So I probably won't trade this one overnight, nor will I probably be holding this one into, I don't know, or trading in the afternoon, and I won't be holding it overnight. That's my guess. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure, but that's how I feel about it. With IMRN and IBIO, maybe we will look to trade these. I was just about to say what I would be looking for, and I don't know why my alert didn't go off here. Classic TOS no alerts don't go off. What I would be looking for is this thing to continue breaking higher, holding the highs, and ideally end the evening strong. So maybe if we get something like that, I would look into trading IMRN. Let's see what happens. I mean, this is looking pretty good. I like that, volume's back on this one. The problem is I've been getting, stiffed so many times on IMRN on these like, oh, okay, volume's back in here. Let me enter this one. Boop, just kidding. So, it likes to kind of fake around a little bit. And that's why I didn't trade this whole move here to the upside. So then I always feel foolish when I'm chasing like a little move, but you don't know if a little move is going to turn into a big move, which already looks like it's going to be the case. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know if I trade any of this. If you guys are interested in joining the Discord, remember the link in the first link in the video description below. A bunch of goodies there for you guys in the Foundation Trading Series. So let's wrap up here, guys. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content. If you're new, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again. Let me know what tickers you guys are trading. Are you guys going to be holding any of these lead gappers overnight? I would be interested to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Till then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.